So now let's check out the finisher when the enemy is laying down.
This is where it ends.
Bro, that's a badass finisher. That's a pretty badass finisher. And the crows, I think, fly up as well. And here we are in third-person mode with the crow in his cell-shaded looking. And look at this dude.
It's the little things that mean the most.
Yo, he's kind of spinning. It is the little things that mean the most out here, man. Like, you dropping a like on this video, a little thing to you, but it makes the most for me. So, well, what's up, guys? It's Miryou here by Quality, and welcome back to another video of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Multiplayer, Zombies, and Warzone. In today's video, we're going to be covering the very special store bundle known as the Crow Tracer Pack Operator Bundle, which is our first real amazing bundle of Season 5 Reloaded here, and it's a collab with the Crow movie that's being remade here, and it's coming out, I think, this week. Let me know if you guys are going to see it. We got the Crow as an Operator, 2 Operator skins, including a cell-shaded variant of it, a Cast-Off 762 Tracers, Lockwood 680 Tracers, a finisher, and some other cool stuff. So you guys are excited to see what this bundle contains, see how the camos look like on the guns, and anything secret about this bundle you should know. Make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. On this channel, I upload store bundle videos that interest me, like tracer packs, reactives, mastercrafts, you name it. But more often, I do upload high-kill Warzone gameplays that you can learn from and be entertained by. And I upload other sorts of random videos as well. So if you like the vibes, go ahead and stick around. But with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the Crow. So here it is, his first operator skin of the Crow, known as the Crow. And let me know.
Broken, aren't we?
We're all a little broken, aren't we? Hopefully I didn't interrupt his voice too much, but I think they did a pretty good job with his voice and everything. I don't know if it's the actual actor that went to do his voice or whatever, but I think he looks great. Let me know if you think he's great too. Like, I have not seen The Crow, but I know a little bit about the plot, and I think it has a really cool plot, so maybe I'll see it at some point.
It's a bad day to be a bad guy.
It's a bad day to be a bad guy. So here we have the Crow with the cell-shaded skin, which they've been kind of, you know, promoting cell shading a lot this season. So it was cool that they actually gave him 2 skins. This one's going to stand out a little bit more, but he still looks really, really nice. Next up, we got the Cast-Off 762 Inked Vengeance, which, as you can see, is animated. It looks really cool. Let's go ahead and check out these tracers. And there are the tracers. That it has like a black gooey sort of vibe, very similar to like a bundle we've had in the past, but it also has crows flying to the top, so kind of nice looking, I cannot lie. And here the attachment. It comes with the conversion kit, the one that gives this gun no recoil, so that's kind of cool. We'll see if it still keeps the tracers even when you take off the conversion kit, but it looks really nice. I can imagine camos are gonna look pretty good, and it doesn't have an ammunition, so you can't put these tracers on any other gun. But I love the design here. It even says good boy there, but he's not a good boy. He's just a boy, I guess. Next up, we got the Lockwood 680 Hollow Gaze, which is also slightly animated, very similar to the Cast-Off 762. And it also has similar tracers of the crows flying above as soon as you shoot the opponents, which I think is pretty fire. And when it comes to the attachments, here are the attachments. No ammunition, so you can't put these tracers on any other guns. But a very clean looking Lockwood 680. Even though we have a Lockwood 680 that's kind of similar with that like Venom effect or whatever. Still pretty cool looking though. Next up, we got the finisher known as Wrong Made Right, which we'll obviously see in game. We got the Black Blood Emblem, Vengeance Unleashed calling card, Put the Wrong Things Right, large decal, Illuminated Gaze weapon sticker, the Inked Pear decal, so 2 decals here, Katana weapon charm, the loading screen of Blatantly Broken, and the Dead Man Walking loading screen. So all of this for 2,400 COD points. Definitely a cop in my opinion. Cast-Off 762 is still really good in multiplayer, especially that conversion kit. And the Lockwood 680 is a really great shotgun, in case you don't like the Reclaimer. So if you're a fan of the guns, if you're a fan of the operator skin, or a fan of the movie or whatever, definitely think this is worth the cop. And we'll see how that finisher looks in game. Let's go ahead and check this bundle out more in full. So here we have the Crow looking really, really clean here in the background menu, looking really clean. But let's go ahead and go crazy with his Inked Vengeance Cast-Off 762 and the Hollow Gaze Lockwood 680. Hey, I was just in the middle of editing the video, and I actually discovered that you can actually at least put the tracers on the Cast-Off 545, as you guys can see right here. So in order to put on the tracers for the Cast-Off 545, you just go over to the conversion kit, press square or whatever the button is for you, and go to Inked Vengeance, and you can actually equip the conversion kit on the gun. And you wouldn't assume that the tracers would transfer over. However, as you can see when you shoot, you actually get the tracers on the Cast-Off 545. So at least you could transfer it over to the Cast-Off 545 if you have a preference for this gun over the Cast-Off 762, which I think is really cool. Just wanted to put that in the video real quick. So when it comes to the Inked Vengeance, if you want to keep the tracers, you can change any of the attachments except for the ammunition. If you add the ammunition, you will lose the tracers. And when it comes to the conversion kit or whatever, you can take off the conversion kit and you'll still keep the tracers. So if for some reason you don't want 0 recoil, you can put on the regular attachments and do well here. When it comes to the camos, here's how the gun looks like with gold, here's how it looks like with platinum, here's how it looks like with polyatomic, and here's how it looks like with Orion. Here's how it looks like with golden ivory, here's how it looks like with spinal husk, here's how it looks like with arachnida, and here's how it looks like with bioluminescence. So some really great coloring here with all the weapons, except it doesn't have its animated effect, which kind of sucks. One Trick, Molten Obsidian, as well as Mercury. Mercury looks really great on this blueprint for some reason. Did they like buff how great this gun looked? Or this camo looks? Or maybe there is an animated effect. This is really hard to see, but here we got the events camos in case you guys were wondering. Doesn't seem like anything too special happens when you put on camos. So it's just probably better to leave it with no camo, because camo wise, you're not gonna see too much, honestly. Actually, hold on, this is exerting control. Let's see what happens. I think the lights like go in and out with the animation. Yeah, they do. So maybe some of these camos do get some special looks or whatever, depending on the effects. I mean, we got so many camos, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. But it does have some pretty clean designs with some of these camos. So if we could see here, iron ore, it does have the effect on this camo. So it just kind of takes over the initial camo effect. So it's like having two camos in a sense. You have the animated effect from the blueprint, and then you got your regular camo. In some cases, obviously. Let's see how it looks like with Rotten Inferno. Is there any animation that happens here? Yes, there is. That's pretty kind of cool. So it really depends on what you're trying to rock, on how this gun will look. But this gun looks really great with camos. There's some uniqueness here that you could definitely check out. Like Atlanta Face here, it's all black. And then, I think it would probably turn all white here if the animation works at all. Or maybe it doesn't. Like I said, it's a camo by camo basis, so I don't really want to check for too long. But with the CDL camos, you can get like a solid color effect here. Reflect 115 looks amazing with this blueprint. You legit have it all covered, which is just incredible. So definitely keep that in mind. You have Black Ops 6 pre-ordered. This is a good gun to run with Reflect 115. And then going over to the bold camos, here's what the kind of action you can expect to see. I think the animated effects will work on the bold camos for the most part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess not. Maybe the bold camos don't work. So I guess, like I said, it just kind of depends. Really hard to tell what works or what doesn't, but I really love the animation effect from this blueprint. So kind of a W with camos, just kind of depends on your camo you're using. Now moving on to the Hollow Gaze Lockwood 680. If you want to keep the tracers, you can change any of the attachments except for the ammunition. You lose the tracers if you add an ammunition. When it comes to the camos, here's how it looks like with Gilded, here's how it looks like with Forged, here's how it looks like with Priceless, and here's how it looks like with Interstellar. So at least a little bit more detail with this gun. Going Enigma, Zircon Scale, Serpentine, and Borealis. And here we have One Trick, Molten Obsidian, and Mercury. Looking really, really sweet in my opinion. So now when it comes to the rest of the camos here, you got the event camo. So at least you'll see his eyes. And his eyes are going to look a little bit better with some of the brighter camos because it contrasts a little bit better. Especially some like the white camos or whatever. But really, really sweet animation effect here. It's a little bit more goopy. More of a low-key sort of animation going on here. So you might like this. You might end up not liking this. It kind of depends on your own opinion, but it's not gonna have like a really crazy effect like the cast-off does with this gun. So you might like this, you might not like this. I think it's all right. At least you could use a variety of camos here and not feel underwhelmed or overwhelmed or whatever, and kind of like it that way. Let me know what your guys' favorite like colors is in this game. Like I really like the purples, the oranges, the yellows in this game because it contrasts well, and like the whites and stuff. But yeah, all right with camos, we'll take it. Now I'm going to show you guys how the guns look like with their meta class setups for multiplayer. So here's the base blueprint attachments for the Cast-Off 7.62 Inked Vengeance. And here's how the gun looks like with its meta class setup for multiplayer. So really, nothing too crazy. It's still going to have its animated effect on pretty much the entire gun, which is a W to see. Here are the base blueprint attachments to the Hollow Gaze Lockwood 680. And here's the meta class setup for the Hollow Gaze Lockwood 680 for multiplayer. And honestly, it still looks really sweet. You do lose some of the barrel look just because you changed the barrel entirely, but you still see the eyes on the base of the gun and the goopiness as well. So kind of a W in my opinion. And if you're wondering about the decal, here's the first decal known as the Put the Wrong Things Right or whatever decal. And here's how it ends up looking like. Looks really clean. And here's the other decal known as Inked Pear. And when you go ahead and check it out in the firing range, here's how it ends up looking like in case you're curious. Looks pretty sweet too. And if you're wondering where the crow is, he's gonna be on the left side here with this really fire looking animation, looking like he's gonna do something to you. And when you want to see the animation of the crow here, here's how it looks like, you know, coming up to the screen and everything, looking like a badass.
I'm taking my ride in the big black car.
And that's his voice line. And he also has his other skin as well, the monochromatic right here.
It's the little things that mean the most.
Yo, he's kind of spinning. It is the little things that mean the most out here, man. Like, you dropping a like on this video, you might be the little thing to you, but it makes the most for me. Just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, let's go ahead and head into game, see how it looks like in game, and then we'll also check him out in third-person view as well. And we got to check out his finisher, so this should be a good time. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so here we have the Inked Vengeance Cast-Off 762, looking really, really clean with that inspect. We also got the cell-shaded version of the crow here, which also looks really sweet. And you can see the animation going in and out between the black and white of the gun. And then here is the Hollow Gaze Lockwood 680, looking really, really great as well. So, really clean guns. Looks really great with his hands being cell-shaded like this. And in case you guys are wondering, here's how the iron sights look like for the Cast-Off 762 when you take out the optic. And, you know, we already have the regular iron sights of the Lockwood 680. So let's go ahead and shoot this. I like how it flashes red and white when you shoot at the wall like this. Very similar to the ink tracers that we've had before, or the venom tracers I like to call them. So yeah, you see some crow's feather when you shoot, and there's some like red and white impacts whenever you shoot the gun as well. So nothing too wild, but the depth effect is gonna make up for it. And there you go. We got some crows. They disintegrate into ink. Very fire looking depth effect. And let's see if the same thing happens with the Lockwood 680. And there you go. Yeah, so wherever you shoot them on the body, they'll turn into ink and turn into crows as well, which is pretty fire. In case you're wondering if the guns glow, they don't really glow that much at all. So could have been a little bit better in terms of glow, but it's all right. So you're wondering how the cell-shaded version of the crow looks like. This is how he looks, and he kind of pops out, but because he's black and white, it's not really that obvious, which is nice. So now let's go ahead and check out this finisher from the crow.
We're going to a place far worse than this.
Bruh! He shotgunned his head off! That was crazy! So now let's check out the finisher when the enemy is laying down.
This is where it ends.
Bro, that's a badass finisher. That's a pretty badass finisher. And the crows, I think, fly up as well. That is tight. So now let's check out the finisher when the enemy's completely downed. So very similar to when they're already laying down. Very nice finisher. Shotgun finishers are always very satisfying. And hopefully I don't get demonetized. Very good finisher. And here we are in third-person mode with the crow in his cell-shaded looking version. And look at this dude. He looks really freaking badass. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. You guys like the crow being included in here? I think it's a very fire bundle. The Cast-Off 762 is a really great gun with that conversion kit. The Lockwood 680 we already know is incredible as a shotgun. The tracers are really nice. The finisher goes crazy. Overall, I think this is a very worthwhile bundle. You get a bunch of loading screens, decals, stuff like that. And definitely, this is one I'm gonna say, if you don't care about, you know, the Black Ops 6 carryover or whatever, but if you play Warzone for sure as a COD, because you'll still be able to use this in Warzone next year. Just up to you. Just wish this would transfer over to Black Ops 6 multiplayer, because it's gonna be a shame to not see this, dude. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this bundle. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And let me know what other future bundles you guys are looking forward to. We got some crazy ones coming soon. They appreciate the love always, and keep being big ballers.